The giant panda is one of the most recognizable animals on Earth. With its round body, white coat, black ears, dark eye patches, and heavy black limbs, it looks almost designed to become a global icon. But behind that familiar appearance is a highly specialized bear living a surprisingly narrow life. The giant panda, scientifically known as Ailuropoda melanoleuca, is endemic to China, meaning it naturally lives nowhere else in the world. Today, it survives in mountain forests where bamboo grows thickly and human pressure is lower than in the lowlands it once occupied. Pandas are often treated as symbols of cuteness, peace, and conservation success, but their story is more complicated. They are powerful bears, specialized feeders, solitary communicators, slow breeders, and conservation-reliant animals whose future depends heavily on protected habitat and long-term human support. Although people often think of pandas as gentle, oversized plush toys, they belong to the bear family. Adult giant pandas are solid, heavy animals, typically weighing between 100 and 115 kilograms, or about 220 to 254 pounds. Their body length usually ranges from around 1.2 to 1.9 meters, making them large enough to command respect in the forest. Their rounded shape is not just a visual trademark. It reflects a body built around strength, digestion, and a food source that provides relatively low energy. Males are generally larger than females, often by about 10 to 20%, a difference known as sexual dimorphism. Their powerful jaws, broad head, and sturdy frame all help them handle a diet that would be difficult for most carnivore relatives to survive on: tough, fibrous bamboo. The panda's famous black and white pattern is more than decoration, though scientists still debate the exact advantages it provides. The white portions may help a panda blend into snowy or misty mountain landscapes, while the black limbs and shoulders may help with camouflage in shaded forests. The black eye patches also make the face instantly recognizable, and they may play a role in communication, making facial expressions or gaze direction more noticeable to other pandas. Whatever the full explanation, the pattern is extremely distinctive. It helps humans identify pandas instantly, but in the wild, it belongs to an animal that spends much of its time hidden in dense bamboo thickets. The same appearance that made the panda an international symbol evolved in a quiet mountain world of shade, snow, rock, and forest. The most important feature of a giant panda's life is bamboo. Pandas are classified as bears, and bears are typically omnivorous or carnivorous in origin, yet the giant panda is mostly herbivorous. Its diet consists almost entirely of bamboo and bamboo shoots. Bamboo is abundant in the right habitat, but it is also tough, fibrous, and not especially rich in calories. To live on it, pandas have to eat a lot and spend a large part of the day feeding. Their large molar teeth crush stems and leaves, while strong jaw muscles generate the force needed to process the plant material. They can digest starch, which helps them extract energy from bamboo, but they still rely on constant intake. Their lifestyle is shaped by one simple challenge: turning a difficult plant into survival. One of the panda's most famous adaptations is the so-called thumb visible on its forepaw. It is not a true thumb like a human thumb, but an enlarged wrist bone that functions almost like one. This extra gripping structure helps the panda hold bamboo firmly while stripping leaves, manipulating stalks, and guiding food toward its mouth. For an animal that eats bamboo for hours each day, this small anatomical feature is extremely important. It shows how evolution can modify existing body parts to solve practical problems. The panda did not need speed to chase prey or claws to climb after meat, it needed a better way to handle bamboo. Over time, its paw became a specialized feeding tool, turning a bear's forelimb into something surprisingly precise. The giant panda's skull also reveals its dietary specialization. Large molars are essential for grinding tough bamboo, but teeth alone are not enough. Pandas also have expanded temporal fossae, spaces in the skull associated with the muscles used for chewing. These expanded areas allow strong jaw muscles to attach and generate the force needed to crush plant material again and again. This is why a panda's head looks broad and powerful. The cute face is built around serious mechanical demands. Bamboo feeding requires repetition, pressure, and endurance. Every bite depends on anatomy working efficiently, paws grip, jaws close, molars grind, and the digestive system extracts what it can. The giant panda may appear slow and relaxed, but its body is a highly specialized machine for processing one of the forest's most demanding foods. In the wild, giant pandas live exclusively in a few Chinese provinces, limited to 6 montane regions. These are mountain environments where forests provide bamboo, cover, moisture, and seasonal variation. Pandas can live at elevations up to about 3,000 meters, or 9,800 feet. This mountain life is partly natural and partly the result of human pressure. Historically, pandas occupied lowland areas too, but farming, deforestation, and infrastructure development pushed them out of many former habitats. Roads, settlements, and cleared land can divide forests into smaller pieces, making it harder for pandas to move, find mates, and follow bamboo availability. So when we imagine the panda as a mountain animal, we should remember that these high forests are also refuges, remaining fragments of a wider world the species once used. Giant pandas are mostly solitary. Unlike herd animals or social carnivores, they do not spend their lives in close groups. Most of the year, an individual panda moves through its home area, feeds, rests, and avoids unnecessary conflict. But solitary does not mean silent or disconnected. Pandas rely heavily on olfactory communication. They use scent as information. By leaving scent marks on landmarks such as rocks and trees, they create chemical messages that other pandas can detect. These scent marks may signal identity, reproductive status, territory use, or presence in an area. For animals living in dense forest, smell can be more reliable than sight. A panda may rarely meet another panda face to face, yet still understand who has passed through and when. The main time pandas come together is during the mating season. This brief social window is crucial because reproduction is slow and demanding. After a cub is born, the mother provides extensive care, usually rearing the young for about 18 to 24 months. That is a long investment, especially for a species that depends on a low-energy food source and lives in challenging mountain terrain. Panda cubs are born extremely small compared with their mothers and require protection, warmth, and nursing before they can gradually explore and eventually feed more independently. This slow reproductive pace is one reason conservation is difficult. A population cannot rebound quickly if adults are lost or habitat is damaged. Every surviving cub matters, and every breeding female represents a major investment in the future. The conservation story of the giant panda reflects both danger and progress. Habitat loss from farming, deforestation, and development drove the species out of many lowland areas and left wild populations dependent on protected mountain forests. A major survey conducted from 2011 to 2014 and published in 2015 estimated 1,864 wild giant pandas older than 1.5 years, not counting dependent young. When scientists accounted for cubs, the total population was estimated at about 2,060 individuals by 2018. These numbers are small for a globally famous animal, but they also showed improvement compared with earlier fears. Because of conservation work, the giant panda has been listed as vulnerable rather than endangered on the IUCN Red List since 2016. China also classified it as vulnerable in 2021. Calling the giant panda vulnerable does not mean it is safe. It means the risk has been reduced, but the species still depends on active conservation. Pandas are conservation reliant. Their survival is tied to habitat protection, forest corridors, monitoring, research, and careful management. If forests are fragmented, pandas may become isolated in small groups, reducing genetic exchange and making local populations more fragile. If bamboo habitats are degraded, food availability can decline. Captive populations also play a role. By 2007, there were 239 giant pandas in captivity in China and 27 outside the country. Zoos and breeding centers can support research and public awareness, but wild habitat remains the foundation. A panda protected only in captivity would no longer be fulfilling its ecological role in China's mountain forests. The giant panda has become much more than a bear. It has often served as a national symbol of China, appeared on Chinese gold panda coins since 1982 and silver panda coins since 1983, and was one of the 5 FUA mascots of the 2008 Summer Olympics. Its image is used worldwide to represent wildlife protection, yet the real animal is not just a mascot. It is a powerful, specialized, solitary bear that survives by eating bamboo in a limited mountain range. Its recovery shows what focused conservation can achieve, but its vulnerability reminds us that success must be maintained. The panda's future depends on forests that remain connected, protected, and rich in bamboo. In that sense, saving the giant panda means saving an entire mountain ecosystem around it. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.